Hey guys, welcome back. So good to see you. Thank you for following along on my journey with the bread. Sourdough for Dummies, meaning me. I did bake a loaf of bread. So I baked it yesterday. This is about maybe half of it, 3/4. We've already been eating on it. I did want to show it compared to a sourdough loaf that I purchased. And I also wanted to tell you mistakes that I made. There's a couple of them. One of them is that when I put my bread in the oven, I was supposed to have my Dutch oven preheating to 500 along with the oven and put the bread in hot. I did not do that. I do think that that caused me to have a denser loaf. I don't know if you can see it with this lighting. Anyway, it is considerably denser than the store-bought, so I'm going to open this one up. I mean, it's a bakery loaf, but it is store-bought. Mine smells good, it tastes good, it has lots of bubbles in it. My dogs are like, why are we outside if you're not going to give me any food? Alright, so side-by-side comparison. So she's much flatter, but she has a great crust to her all over. Smells great. I like mine way better. Actually, Eddie said today, he's like, yours is so good. So the taste is great. It did come out. I mean, it's edible. It's just not pretty. The other thing is when I was scoring her, I don't think that I did it deep enough. So now I know I need to go a little bit deeper with that score. So another thing that I wanted to tell you is that I've found an easier process. So I did video all the 50 million steps that I took into making this bread. However, I have decided since then, and after a lot of research, of simplifying that. So I'm not going to post the video of what I did because I really don't want to do that again. It was a lot. And then when I watched a lot of other videos, they were like, you know, it doesn't have to be so difficult. So I kind of was doing some very advanced techniques and did not need to. So I know that this, you're probably like, well, this is just a big, like, video saying you don't have anything to show me. But I do. I have the bread to show you, and I wanted to explain to you that I did make the mistake in putting it in a cold oven. I mean, I'm sorry, in a warm oven, but in a cold Dutch oven. So it needed to have that heat all the way through. I also wanted to tell you how I am going to handle my starter. So you have an option once you have your starter created. You can feed and discard daily. You can feed daily. There's a lot of different people that have different ideas about this. You can also put it in the refrigerator and you cover it with flour. So we're going to do that. We're not going to measure anything. And guess what? I love this. I found a lady who said she's been making it for decades. She learned it from her mother, who learned it from her mother, who learned it from her mother, who learned it from her mother. Basically, she went back like 5 generations of these German ladies, and I'm like, all right, I'm down with them. They're not measuring. They're not making this like harder than it needs to be. So I'm kind of backing up a little bit, and I'm going to embrace this because that is a better fit for me. There are people who are like, I have to have it exact, and there's people that like to go with feelings. I'm a go with a feeling kind of a girl. So what we're going to do, though, to keep our starter ready is I'm going to call it a flour bath. She's getting a flour bath. I wonder if Queen Esther, when she was getting ready for her Princess Diaries, if she had a flour bath. All right, so starter. Oops, sorry, that was a dog. Still really bubbly in the fridge. And what we're going to do is we're going to put so much flour in here, and it's going to get thick, and it's going to be hard to move, and then we're going to put even more flour on top. And then let's say in 2 days I want to make some more bread, because that's probably when it's going to be. All I gotta do is pull it out the night before, put water on it. Guess what? I don't have to measure it. Just put water on it. Stir it up till it looks like that consistency you want again. Let it sit out overnight. The next morning we're gonna bake it. I mean, hello, sounds way easier. All right, so here we go. We're gonna pour flour in. You don't really need to worry about pouring too much, because you're going to have extra that's just going to sit on the top. I'm gonna pull this camera down a bit. There we go, so you can see. I am thinking of making a new starter as well. This lady that I follow now, the German lady, she was saying that wow. Hey guys, that was fun. All right, let's try this again. All right, I didn't lose you. That's good. Anyway, it's a lot of wind around here. She was stating that she makes a whole grain loaf and then a regular white loaf, and she has two different starters. So she has one starter that is the white, and then one that's the whole grain. Oh, that's the other thing that I did. In that blend of flours that I did to make my loaf, I used quite a bit of whole wheat bread. And I think that also had something to do with the whole wheat flour. So I'm not going to do that next time. All right, so this is getting thick. It's getting hard to stir, but I still need more. We need more. Okay. And I am using that Italian flour just because that's what I started with my first starter. This umbrella's gonna have to come down soon. Okay. I think we are gonna, we're still, believe it or not, going to pour more flour on top. And what this is gonna do is it's still gonna allow it to feed, but very slowly and safely in the fridge. So let's do a little bit more. She's going to have a nice little flour bath. There we go. All right, now we're buttoning her up. She's going in the fridge. So we have a loaf. We're putting our starter to bed until, you know, in a few days. So I feel like that's success. I mean, you know, this is a journey. This is a learning. There's definitely a learning curve. But we're going to have fun with this. And I hope that you're going to have fun on my journey with me. Okay, happy baking. Bye.